Lessons I'm trying to prove years ago, like I did when basically I got in a situation where my life was in danger extremely more than normal in around 2001 when I put something up on my website when I was reading articles researching my problem, and I realized a strange anomaly in the cases off of Broadway and in the Broadway Bedford, uh, going down the street area. I realized that most of those things that we're doing, if I read it like analytically, I read that they were lying, and most of those cases they were killing African Americans falsely. So this is what I do. I try to do certain tests to do certain things as well. I'm trying to do, and today was a test to basically show that if I called any funeral home off of Broadway, where but those people were were in or were doing or whatever they got sent to, I would do the little tests. Say for instance, if I do something like make a movie about a Gaines family home or something like that, they'll do something like make sure I can't call the funeral homes off of Broadway, basically because they know that I'm reading certain things and I'm figuring out certain things. They plan ahead certain times, and this is what they do. They use those their programs. Basically, they have the apps, and they resist the call for a while. Basically, and sometimes what they'll do is basically if I call somewhere like in another part of the area, they'll say it looks like he's not gonna call back. Let me take that call bait off and let him call back again. But if they make the mistake of letting me call beforehand, they'll know that basically they'll make sure that because they did what they did and it, by reasonable doubt, by proof, they'll block every single call off of all of the funeral homes off of Broadway where they're committing those African Americans that come into that newspaper. All the African Americans, especially male, females too, a lot of females too. It's male and female African Americans. It's probably, if they check that, it might be the highest rate in the city. Maybe the only reason the crime rate went down in the city was because of that. I think because I was discovering that years ago, they chilled out. I noticed that the news started to change. I wasn't seeing it anymore, all those weird cases anymore. But I don't know, they might start back up knowing them because they're serial killers. If you're killing so many African Americans off of that area and my area, and especially coming after me too, then you're just serial killers. And y'all connected to those stations of basically going down Broadway. The Beverly. I'm not gonna name it. I'm gonna let y'all figure that out because y'all the investigators. But y'all know those stations. Figure out who those crime fighters are. They have the highest kill rate. All you gotta do is between Bedford, Maple, and the hospital next to St. Marymount. What's the hospital? What's that police station next to Marymount? What's it called? You fill if you fill out find out who has the highest kill rates out of all of them, you'll find out those crime fighters that are killing those people. And I figured that out years ago, and that's one of the reasons why I started getting extreme threats that I came to the station years ago in Maple Heights, and that's why that lady told me she didn't believe in God, and that's why I keep seeing one of them is I only recognize a few of them, but I recognize the lady. She has a tendency to smile when certain things are happening or they do certain things when they're doing. They like to smile like they're getting back at me or something because they knew I figured that out. That was what was happening during 2021 during COVID. Basically, when I was saying I was getting those threats and stuff, they knew basically I figured it out because I was marketed in the neighborhood. Anyways, they knew I was marketed in the neighborhood and they know I was a genius and they would cover it and say I was dumb.